Okay, so it's been about a year since COVID really hit and we started to shut things down. So I think it's a pretty good time to actually ask, how has COVID affected marketing for local businesses? Because I believe it's changed it forever. And I'm going to show you what you can do about it in this short little Facebook Live. All right, so listen, COVID has, as we all know, has changed things dramatically, but probably more than you even realize if you're a local business owner. And I'm going to show you why that is and the three major changes right now. And at the end of this video, I'm actually going to give you access to a free little tool that you actually have in your toolbox that you probably don't realize you even have right now, so that you can use these things I'm about to tell you and get kind of a jump on your competition. Really get up to speed fast. So let's get into it. Listen, by the way, if you don't know me, my name's Kyle McMurray. I'm the founder of Grow Now Marketing. And what we do there is we build kind of marketing systems for local business owners that do a few things. First, it attracts their ideal customer on autopilot. It then engages and kind of builds know, like, and trust and follows up with that customer, and so that they actually start to give that business money. And this can happen faster and more predictably than most business owners realize is even possible. So let's get into this. All right, so 2020, March 15th was kind of the big day that everything started to shut down. And so we're just right here again, right, a little bit past it. So let's see, how has COVID really affected it? So first, I think it's done it in three ways. The first way is that your audience is now a lot more tech savvy. So 2 years ago, I used to do consulting and some training with clients, and I'd say, listen, why don't we just jump on a quick Zoom and I can show you what I'm talking about. And they'd go, a what? A quick what? They never heard of this thing, right? 80% of them. Now, my 88-year-old father plays bridge with his buddies over Zoom, right? Everyone knows how to use Zoom, which is a kind of a good idea to cook in your head here, how you could use that. We're going to show you a way in a minute here, so you want to stay tuned for that. But they're more tech savvy, right? They're used to being on the internet. And I'm going to show you why that's important in a second. So number two is they're consuming content on the internet, online, right? So now you might say, well, what's the big deal about that? Well, YouTube, according to NBC, jumped 50% in viewership in the first 30 days of the lockdown. So from March to April, a 50% jump in viewership. Now imagine that. So think about this. So people are online, they're consuming this really super engaging content. And if you still have either no content or you have boring kind of corporate videos like we all the whatever, that's not going to fly anymore, right? You're going to need to realize that you're not just competing with your competition, you're actually competing with the entire world. You know, it's like if you grew up when I did, we had, TV, and you were kind of forced to watch the commercials because there weren't a lot of networks. Then cable came, and then remotes came. So you actually could pick up the remote and change the channel during the commercial, which was, kind of a blow to advertisers. But now it's utterly different. It's not only just a remote, it's like thousands of remotes all speaking to you all at once on your phone, on your computer, begging for your attention, kind of calling you, giving the sirens call for your attention to go over there instead of what you're watching, which means that you've got to create a lot more engaging content. Again, remember, I'm going to give you a tool that will help you do all of this. It's free. It's already available to you. You just don't realize it yet. So let's keep going. Now, the third thing you need to think about is that shopping has gone mainly online now, for once. Now, years ago, I started going to the biggest digital marketing conference in America. It happened every year around February. It was called Traffic and Conversion, except, of course, this year. And what they did there is they asked us every year, how much of retail sales is happening online? And 89% of the 90% of the room would always guess, way over guess. They think, oh, 30%, 20, 40%. It was actually around 15 when I first started, and I think it climbed a whopping 2 points to 17 or so the last year I went. Well, now in that first 3 months of 2020, from March to May, it jumped up to over 32%, somewhere between 32 and 33. So what does that mean for you? Well, that means that online retail grew about 10 years in 90 days. Now think about this. So the question to ask yourself is, do you think that people are actually going to go back to waiting in line, hanging on the phone while you kind of amble around your store looking to give them something, right? Or you putting them on hold forever? They're not. They're used to instant chat. They're used to instant, all kinds of like instant selection right in front of them, right? So you need to really start thinking about this, because this could mean the life or death of your business. And you've seen already that whatever it is, the number 1 out of 6, 1 out of 5 businesses have closed. So the way to get ahead of this, let's think about this one by one, all right? So first, they're tech savvy. So how can you accomplish that? What can you do? Well, the first thing I would do using this free tool, which is Google My Business, actually. So for those of you who don't know, Google has built you if you're a local business owner. Now, this doesn't work if you're purely online, but if you're a local business owner, Google has built a site for you. All you have to do is claim it, verify it, and optimize it. And I'm going to show you a resource that'll help you do that really fast here at the end here. So stay tuned. All right, so Google My Business. Google My Business has everything you need. It has a description. It can do instant messaging through the app, right? It really caters to this first thing, this first impact that COVID's had on you. So make sure you get your Google My Business listing optimized. And again, I'm going to give you a resource at the end. You know what? And if you can't stay, it's going to be in the comments somewhere. I'm going to put it in the comments as soon as I get off. All right. So make sure you get that. So that's the first thing. You need to start catering to this tech savviness that's happening, right? So you have a way that they can instantly contact you, instantly get their questions answered, instantly see your post and things like that. Now, of course, you want to post on Facebook and all that stuff, but add Google My Business to your mix, because it's super important. Because if they can't find you, which is how they're going to find you if you're optimized on Google, then none of this stuff matters. It doesn't matter what kind of content you have. None of that matters. They got to find you first. All right, so let's go to the second one. Consume content. What kind of content are you creating, or are you creating content? Right? You're going to need to start thinking of, how can I serve my customers online with content? How can I put them first, answer their questions? So maybe that means making how-to videos. Maybe that means having a live messenger button on your Facebook page. Right? There's a million ways to do this. And again, you can also use the Google Instant Messaging, which I highly recommend. Which again, look in the comments for that. All right. Finally, shopping, service. What can you do for that? All right, so they're used to shopping. Well, you can put your services and products online through Google My Business and have them there as well as Facebook, right? And all the other places you're putting them. Don't forget Google My Business. Remember, Google is the world's largest search engine. You need to use it because they want you to. And remember, whenever you use any of these social platforms, whenever you use their tools, they kind of give you a little reward for that. Okay, not always and not predictably, but almost always. They give you a little reward because they've invested money in these things. They want people to use them. And when you use them, it brings a little smile to their face. All right. So the next thing is service. How can you do this service, with this tool? Well, as I said before, you have the instant message thing. Somebody can actually ask you a question. So the way I tell you to do this is download the Google My Business app to your phone. All right, so that you can get a message when somebody is messaging you and you can answer it in real time. Think about that. They're not waiting on the phone. They're not like hanging out waiting for you to do something. They're actually getting an answer immediately, which is what they're getting used to because they've been shopping online, right? And they've been used to live chats. So you can have your own live chat with this free tool. All right, so listen, in the comments below, I'm going to actually be putting the link to this resource. Super cool. It's 32 pages, right? Including 3 different videos. You will have an amazing Google My Business profile after that if you follow those steps that are actually in this, all right? So this is Kyle McMurray from Grow Now Marketing, and I wish you the best of luck with this. Really do this. Jump on this. This is the window. Remember, windows don't stay open for long. the opportunity will slam shut. Google My Business will get harder and harder to optimize. So do it now and get a jump on this and kind of get a nice start for your rebound of what's happened with COVID. All right, I'll see you next time.